afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We are live. You guys hear me good? Hello, Shine. What's up, Mark? Rich, Felix, Azriel, what's up? What's up, Patricia, David, Charles, Martha, Aaron? What's up, John, David, Sandman? And how's my AC? Can you hear it? Hey, Dr. Timothy W. Curtis. Not really. Okay, because I don't have a towel over it. I usually put a towel over it, but that's with the other mic. I'm rocking this HyperX now, right here in front of me. So if you hear it kind of the same as you did before, that works for me, because then I don't gotta slap a towel over it all the time. And I also have the gain on the lowest setting on this because it's right in front of my face, so that helps. How you guys doing? I had to do some one-on-one interviews like this. All right, guys. I don't have a lot of time before I got to start work, but I wanted to jump in here real quick and go over some PC security with you guys and see how we get on with it. Wanted to show you guys some things that I use, how I keep my PC secure, and just general good practices. So it won't be a very long show, but when I'm done, I'll take some questions from you guys, if you have any. So let's get it started. We'll make life easy, and we'll go over here. And I want to show you guys something. I'll minimize this so you can see a little better. I can't get the corner, but all right, that'll work. Okay, so when you guys hover over a link, whether it's, especially when it's in an email, this is the first thing I'm going to tell you guys. You get an email, especially if you don't know who it's from, or you think it looks like it's from somebody, could be maybe a funky looking email that might be saying it's from your bank or from PayPal or whatever, all right? Hover over the links, and when you do that, look down here in the corner of your browser. It's going to tell you what that actual link is. Make sure you read that link. So if you get an email that says it's from, I don't know, whatever, TD Bank, right? But it looks a little suspicious to you, or they might be trying to ask you for some kind of information in the email. First of all, don't ever send your passwords or anything in an email to people, all right? But a lot of things people do is they just click a link blindly. Don't click a link blindly, all right? Like, here's my merch store. You see the bottom corner? It says supremebuilds.live, and it even tells you that it's HTTPS, so it's secure. supremebuilds.live/merch. If I just click this in an email, say you got an email that says it came from Supreme Builds, first of all, I'm not going to send out mass emails, but let's just say you got one, and it said, click here to input payment information for something. Somebody maybe had gotten a list of my subscribers or something and sent out a mass email trying to scam them. I'm just making this up as I go, but you know, things like this happen. Just hover over those links. Make sure you're in your browser and you look in that corner. Make sure that the link is actually going to the site it says. Secondly, when you're looking at a link, right, no matter what it is, let's just go here, right? So, repo. Apparently I can't just get that. I don't know why it says down. It's not down. All right. You're here. You click on it. So you're in here. You see up here, it'll tell you if it's secure or not. When it's not secure, all right, That means it's not HTTPS. And you want that if you can get it. Now it's got a lock on it. Okay? Especially if you're putting in sensitive info. All this means is you have an SSL connection to your site that you're connected to. So your data, while not hidden, it's not exactly like a VPN because your ISP still knows where you went. But your transmission of data back and forth is secure between the site, which is kind of how Premiumize works, Real Debrid works. So as long as you have this, you are sort of encrypting your data between you and the site, which cuts out middlemen to an extent, but you're just not, whereas with a VPN, you'd actually be blocking the fact that you ever even went there to your ISP. It's kind of the difference. The VPN still has more layers of security and stuff, but this is a great, you always want this if you can get it, all right, online. Now, those are kind of like the main tips for online. Just don't blindly click links. And so many people do that. They just blindly click links, and I talk to people all the time, and they're like, "Oh man, I got this virus or I got this whatever," and they just click the link. A link can be on a website. A link can be, in an email. Doesn't matter. You can go to a website, like you see this link right here. You could go to a website thinking you went somewhere. A lot of people will spoof sites. Like if you spell youtube.com wrong, and then you get somewhere, they could make it look just like YouTube and tell you something like click here for search, and then you click something and it's downloading and installing something. So be careful of what you spell. Make sure it's right. If you can get HTTPS, that's great. Almost everything has it these days. It just gives you a little extra security. All right. You can even view site info. It'll just tell you connection is secure. Your information, for example, passwords or credit card numbers, is private when it is sent to this site. Certificate's valid. I don't use any cookies at all, so I can't see where you go after you've been to my site. But you can even click the lock and see what it says. And now let's just say you went to a site that was a spoof of YouTube, and you thought you entered it correctly, but you had one letter wrong, and you got something that looked like YouTube, and there's a link. When you go here, before you click on something, you can still see everything still shows up on the bottom. You see that? In the corner, just like anything else. Every link, the true exact location of that link will show up. So make sure it's still putting you on the same site. Double check the spelling there before you click it. So it's like, okay, I want to check out the old repo versions. I can see that I'm still on repo.supremebuilds.com. So I can go there and I can look at it. I can go back. So those are like the main things. Oh, by the way, real quick, because I see Storm is typing. Hello, Storm. Happy birthday to you. It's Storm's birthday, guys, so wish Storm a happy birthday. Those are the main things I would say just on internet browsing that will save you so much headache. That's how most people get in trouble when they get something like that. That's real regular internet browsing. Now, things you should have on your PC. Now, this is for Windows computers. If you have a Mac, some of these things work too. I know everybody loves to think Macs can't get viruses. They actually can. Macs can get malware. They can get all kinds of stuff. But it's just less commonly written for them because there's way more PCs out there. So if I'm somebody that wants to get some kind of malicious software on your machine, I'm going to spend my time writing that software for Windows because I know I'm going to get more people. So that's why you just see it less. And yes, it is a bit more secure on a Mac. It definitely is. It's harder, but it's not impossible. So don't think your Mac is invincible. If you have one, it's not. Now, let's talk about software. I'll blow this back up a little bigger. On your PC, all right, you should have, let me swap this over actually. Every PC has Windows Defender in it. All right. I'm going to show you Windows Defender. All right. So make sure that on Windows Defender, your firewall is on. I have it set to block all connections to apps that are not on the list of allowed apps. And what this means is when I first install an app, it asks me, do I want to see notification state? Notify me when Windows Defender's firewall blocks a new app. So it tells me when I install a new application on my PC, this app is requesting access to the internet. Do I want to allow it? I say yes, and then it becomes on the allowed list right away. And let me show you guys also. This is a part of Windows. It's a feature. Okay. You also have Windows Security. I don't know why my performance metrics popped out there. You also have Windows Security, all right? And in Windows Security, this is part of Windows as well. You can type Windows Security in your bar down here at the bottom.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can.
I don't need you. It gives you account protection, virus and threat protection, firewall, device security. So you can view all the status of things in here. But as it comes from Windows, it's honestly, see, I just scanned yesterday. All right, you can manually scan to see if anything is there. Here's the same thing we were talking about for public and private, just in a different layout. You have app and browser control. So it'll smart screen things. So it says it protects your device by checking web content that Microsoft Store apps uses. I set all this stuff to warn, but most of this comes like this. It actually comes pretty good. All right. So you don't have to do too many things over here. Just make sure that all of these checks are on, and you should be doing okay. And beyond that, okay, what you want is, this is what I use and I've been using forever. Malwarebytes. All right, so you're going to look at for home. They have it for Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, Chromebook. I use it on Windows all the time. All right. And where is it? Pricing. So premium. You can get a free one, but let me explain something to you guys. The free one does not do live protection. It does not do live scanning of downloads, live scanning of websites. This is something that I totally say pay for if you have a Windows PC. And you can get the cheapest option by going, it's $59.99 a year. You go to buy now, and you have the option right here for how many devices you want. This is 3. You can go down to 1, and it's $40. But if you have multiple devices, you can save even more money by going to 2 years. I actually just bought my wife a computer and set it up, and I had to buy a new subscription. And I did it for my Surface Pro, this PC, and her new PC. So I got 3 for 2 years. And it's $104.98 to cover 3 devices for 2 years. And if you look at it, it's $60 for 1 year. So if you can swing it, grab the longer sub, get it. It's not going anywhere. It's been around forever. When you install this on your device, after you buy it, it'll let you download it and they'll give you a code and you put the code in on your sites. But Malwarebytes is literally the only thing you need. As long as you have your Windows Defender firewall set up, your Windows has an antivirus built in, you can use those plus Malwarebytes. And I'm going to show you something in Malwarebytes now. If you pay with PayPal or whatever, it will be like a recurring subscription. You can cancel it in PayPal if you don't want to recur it. But I leave mine recurring so that it just goes ahead and I don't have to ever worry about I lost it or anything like that. It just charges it and the subscription keeps going and you don't have to worry about it. You can always sign into and change which devices you're using. So if you get a new computer, you can transfer from one to the other. Just make sure you get it for however many devices you need. Because if you buy one, right, and then you go back and say, oh, I need it for another one, now you're going to be paying $140 because you're going to have to pay $70 twice. Instead of just getting it for two, and instead of paying $140, now you're saving a lot of money by going down to $87.48. So that's a big difference. So from here, I'm going to open Malwarebytes and show you what it does. Let me grab it. Alright, so here's my Malwarebytes, right? Once it's installed, it looks like this. All your real-time protection layers are on. That's what you want to make sure. Web protection, exploit protection, malware protection, ransomware protection. Look at this. Real-time protection detections, 521. It scans by itself. It uses very, very little resources. The only time its resources go up is while it's scanning, doing like a full system scan, but that's anything. So that's really good. And basically, you can see the scan. You can look at the quarantine. Look at these quarantines I have in here. So it automatically puts these devices in quarantine. You can delete them, but in quarantine, they can't hurt you. It's got its own sandbox. You can view reports for sites that were blocked. So let's view this report. So clearly, I was trying to find some here, and it decided that was no good. It doesn't like that. And it'll tell you what program it was you were using when it tried to get there. You gotta expand that. So I was in Chrome, and I might not have even clicked this. I might have clicked to go to a web page, and then like it was trying to open a bunch of other pages, and that's how you get it. So it tells you a lot of information. Oops, let me uncheck that. Let's go to that one. I don't know. Yeah, I've never clicked to be here, so I don't know what that even is. But it determines and it updates all the time what bad sites are by IP addresses and everything. And it's constantly updating. This is a really, really well-rounded out software. And what this is doing when it does this is it goes ahead and checks everything as you're doing it. So literally, when you have the premium, it's protecting every keystroke you make. And if it registers something that's not correct, it does like that it views as bad or potentially harmful, it will stop you from going there. Now you still can get there by going into your settings and doing exclusions. So you can make exclusions for sites that you want to exclude, and it will allow you to go somewhere. If it's registering something wrong and you know it's safe, it will let you do it. It functions pretty much by itself. You can tell it when to make scans. You can do a schedule. I have it do it once a day for a scan. It's doing live protection all the time, then scans the computer once a day. The other thing, when you download an item, okay, onto your PC, all right, let's try to just go to...
I can learn to
Oh, stop it.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way.
Got it, shut up. Cortana annoys me. I don't know what's going on there. But, let me just do this. Hang on. Alright, so here's my downloads folder. I can right click on anything I want, scan it with Windows Defender, and scan it with Malwarebytes. So I have those options. So if you download something and you're not sure, where it came from, you're not, you're not too keen about it, right click whatever you download, scan with Malwarebytes. I'll do one. Here it popped open my scan window, no threats detected. All right, I can do scan with Windows Defender also. That opens, 0 threats detected. You can be relatively safe about opening this file now. So that's another thing. The same way you shouldn't just randomly click links. If you're clicking something that you know is potentially from a sketchy site, or even if you're downloading an APK maybe to your Windows PC before you get it over to your device, you want to throw it on, say, a USB thumb drive and then install it on your Shield or whatever, scan it first. Can't hurt. Take that time, scan it, do what you got to do. Aside from this, I would say you get by with just that with no problems. All right. The only other thing I could say that I find decently useful, in all honesty, but it's annoying sometimes, is Avast. All right. You can get the free one. It's another antivirus, so it kind of takes place of Windows Defender. But I do find that Avast is the best one by far. Blackbird says, do you need this if you have a VPN on your computer? I'll answer that one real quick because it's actually a really important question, and then I'll take the rest of the questions as soon as I'm done, which will be in a minute. But yes, a VPN is not going to protect you from getting things on your device. The VPN is just protecting you from being seen online. You can still get anything onto your device that's out there. So I would still do that no matter what. So basically, Avast is decent when you look at it for home. They have a free one, a premium one. I got rid of it only because it was wreaking havoc with me. I no matter how much I tried trying to develop things on Kodi, it was wreaking havoc for me, like blocking way too many sites, and I'd put them on exclusion lists because when it scrapes, it's scraping sites. And Avast, once you have like the premium version, also does a lot of that kind of stuff too, and sort of scrapes, checks your live protection. I tried turning it off. It was being crazy with me, but that was about a year ago. I haven't put it back on since. I've had 0 issues. So that's it for security. But if you want to try the free version of this, you could go right on ahead. If you'd prefer to just run with Malwarebytes, I've been fine with that for a long time. Those are the only 2 things: Malwarebytes.com, Avast.com. That's pretty much it. You don't need a lot for PC security. Other things I recommend, not really for security. If you want your PC running good, CCleaner Professional. You do got to pay for it, but you can get a relatively cheap license. That's CCleaner, CCleaner.com. All right. So again, you could do 3 computers or whatever for $30. And this is a special offer they have right now. I just bought this actually. It gives you CCleaner, Defraggler. Defraggler is awesome if you have hard drives on your computer. You can set it up to like do a defrag once a week so your drive doesn't get fragged out. It's awesome. Rakuva is cool for trying to recover deleted files, and Specky will monitor your computer's hardware. You can get all 4 of these for $29.95 a year, covering up to 3 PCs. I put all this on my wife's PC when I set it up for her. I still haven't done them all here, but I have the license for up to 3. Do not, I repeat, do not defrag solid-state drives. If your computer runs a solid-state drive, do not defrag it. Only hard drives, spinning physical disks. But this is not really about protection. It's just I'm throwing it in there because it's another software that I highly recommend. What this does is it cleans your PC very easily. It removes tons of cookies from your PC. You can set it to automatically clean your browser every time you close the browser, which is what I do. And then I actually set it to scan before I shut my computer down every single time and just delete everything and do the registry cleaner. I've literally never once had it mess up my registry, and it's been around for years. So this is a great one. With the professional, it'll auto clean your browsers when you close them, things like that. So absolutely recommended. It's good for it. I wouldn't say it's a security feature, but the fact that it removes cookies from your browser and things like that, if you have gotten some cookies that are tracking you from some site that you didn't mean to go to, it's going to take care of that for you. So in a way, it does do some bit of like cleanup security type stuff, but that's it, guys. Like, it's that easy. Buy Malwarebytes. CCleaner is great. Buy it if you want it. I highly recommend it. And get Avast for free, or just use Windows Defender. I have zero issues with Windows Defender. I know Aaron did make a mention of Avast being able to do something at boot time that can help PCs that are infected come out. So that's kind of cool. I've never actually used that or seen it, so I don't know how to do it. I guess I'd have to ask him for the boot scan. But Defragler, actually, you can set to defrag your boot. So he kind of reminded me of that. So if you have it, it will actually defragment your boot system every time it starts up, which is kind of cool too. It goes in there and just cleans that up a little bit, keeps it running good. Troop, what's up, Trooper in the house, dropping them links. Yeah, that's true, Aaron. That's that. He's talking about when it's short for Windows Directory Statistics, Winderstat. That is a pretty cool program. You guys can check that out too. I can see if I can find it for you online. I actually don't have that on here right now, but I used to use that a lot. Yeah, I guess it's winderstat.net. Yeah, that's it. So winderstat.net, you can kind of monitor a lot of things and check things out. That's free as well. But primary, absolutely necessary, guys. I mean, you could use something else if you like it and it works for you. But I've been using Malwarebytes literally since PCs. I mean, they've been around forever. And it's the Malwarebytes Premium. If you can only get the free still. Upgrade to Premium when you can. But the free won't protect you live as you're going. It will just scan afterwards for stuff. So grab Malwarebytes Premium if you can. CCleaner is a really helpful tool to keep your PC running optimally all the time. Like I said, I use it every time right before I shut down. I just scan the computer, clean it, and then I go to the registry section and scan the registry and tell it to fix the registry every single time before I shut down. PC runs pretty damn good just doing those two things. So let's go back here to the solo cam. All right, guys. I saw a question about McAfee. McAfee is a resource hog. Norton is a resource hog. It's not bad. I'm not saying that those programs are bad, but they use a ton more resources than Avast does or Windows Defender and Malwarebytes combined. Just the antivirus of Norton or McAfee uses way more CPU and way more RAM, and it's a much bigger install when you look at the size and the amount of space it takes. They're not really, they don't make sense. There's no reason to bog your computer down more than it needs to be. Like, my wife doesn't do anything too crazy with her PC, right? And so I didn't have to get her something that was bananas. I got her an AMD processor that's, I think it's a little over 3 gigs speed, but it's only a dual core processor. It's a new one, but it's a dual core, and it doesn't have a lot of power. And it came with McAfee Live on it with a whole year's sub to it, paid for when you buy the PC. So I tried to let that go just because it was free for a year. I figured maybe I'll save some money and I won't buy her Malwarebytes for the first year. It was using 35% of the CPU all the damn time. I'm running all these programs on my PC right now and streaming to you, and I swear to you, I can probably show you. Alright, let's see if I can get it to pop up. Why my performance metrics will not show up here, I don't know. It's supposed to be a separate window. Where is it? Hang on. Maybe it's hidden behind here. Yeah, it doesn't pop up. I don't know why. I'm going to close the performance metrics window. But I'm literally using, right now, streaming to you guys. Malwarebytes is running. Windows Defender's running. I'm using fluctuating between 8% and 15% of an i7 6700K. It's a 6th gen i7, which is like from 2015. That's all I'm using. So yeah, D-Rup, it's, you know, if you can switch off McAfee, I would, man. You don't really need it anyway. Windows Defender works great. And if you want something else, I'd recommend Avast aside from Windows Defender. And just get Malwarebytes, and you'll be set. Yeah, you can use it at different locations, Robert. Robert's asking if Malwarebytes is multi-use. Can I use mine on? Can I use it on his and his grandsons at a different location? Absolutely. They don't care where you are. You can just install on the amount of PCs it says. So, if you get a 3 PC subscription, 3 PCs could be anywhere in the world. So you could even buy it. You know, like Carl could buy it, and Storm could buy it, and they could split the cost of a 2 PC one and just share the code if they wanted to. That would be fine. So, what about on Android? Yes, there's CCleaner for Android, and there's also Malwarebytes for Android. It's free on Android, actually. So you can get it on Android if you want it. I actually run nothing on my phones and stuff. Like, I pretty much only use apps I know. So it doesn't really disturb me in that way. I try a lot more things on Windows, and again, it comes back to what are people writing viruses for or writing malware for the most. There has definitely been some for Android, but security updates are really pretty good. What people don't realize is that the security patches that they put out there actually help you a lot. They kind of work like in a defensive fashion already. And it's a lot different the way you would get something for Android than you would for Windows. So, is it good on Android? The last time I used it, it was fine. I have not used it on Android probably in about 6 months, so I don't know about what updates have happened, but I have used it and it was fine. Russell says, "Is that your new microphone?" It is. I'm testing it out for the first time right now. How do I sound, Russell? Dean says Malwarebytes blocks Kodi links. It does. It blocks certain sites on Kodi. Like I said, you can go and make exceptions if you want to, but I've literally never had it stop me from getting links. Like, I could always watch what I want to watch. It's never made it return me no links. It will block 1 or 2 sites that maybe a scraper might use that it deems as, you know, if you went to that actual site on a web browser, it might give you some malware, and that's why it's on there. But you can see what it blocked and then make an exception for it if you'd like to still let that link go through. Would it protect from the VLC vulnerability? It would recognize, so it's possible. It all depends. It would recognize something happening, but the VLC vulnerability is over. And it actually was tested improperly. It was never really a vulnerability. When you look up what happened there, they tested something that was 6 months old. It was ridiculous. A 6-month-old version of VLC against a brand new thing they just found. And then when they updated to the new version of VLC, it didn't work anymore. So it was kind of like a false alarm. Oh, it can, Storm. It has blocked for me, but it doesn't really affect your issues. You know what I mean? It doesn't change your ability to get links. It might block 1 or 2 links that it's checking, but you know, every add-on has at least 30, 25, 30 scraping sites. So to block 1 or 2 is no problem. What's up, Chris? Russell likes the sound of the mic. Awesome. I mean, I'm like right up on it now, which kind of stinks because I might move my webcam. I gotta tune in later tonight too, guys, because I'm doing a whole bunch of unboxing. I already got a bunch of stuff on the floor under the desk. This could help you guys again later because I'm trying to make my PC as efficient as possible. While at the same time not upgrading it yet because I don't have the money to build a new one yet. So I have some things in place that I think will help me with the streams and stuff like that, and it might help you guys too. It's not just for streams, just for if you're experiencing any kind of maybe issues with USB connections, stuff of that nature. I'm going to try some stuff, and I'm going to sort of already redo the layout here because I'd like to be able to talk into this mic like this and still see you guys. Right now, I kind of have to go like this, and the camera's up here. So I'm going to see if I can change my layout some and get a little different thing going on here. Also, I want to get my PC from under the desk onto the desk. And get my like I have my Xbox One literally like right here. My keyboard and everything. Like, there's a lot of wires you guys can't see right here. So I'm going to try to tidy that up. Put the PC on one side of the desk. Put all my systems on the other side of the desk over here, because you guys can see that the desk goes out here and it goes the same distance. It's long. It goes, out that way. It's about 96 inches in each direction. So there's a lot of space here that's untapped, and I'm going to move stuff around and try to get it all set up. Santa Claus coming out tonight. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff I think that could definitely be helpful. But you guys have said the sound is good on here. It lights up red. The only thing I'd say I'm a little disappointed about with this mic is probably the fact that this red light is not really a red light. It's just a red, what do you call them? A red pop filter that's built in. And it's a regular white light inside. So because the pop filter is red, it lights up red. I would have loved for this to be RGB. So like I could change the color or something. But it is really cool. If you look at this, I can just mute it just like this. Now I'm back. So it's very touch sensitive. Sherry says, glad I logged on this morning because I've noticed my laptop is so bogged down and slow. I do have McAfee and it's gone. Yeah, swap that out. Just make sure your Windows Defender is set up and grab you some Malwarebytes and you'll be all set. Do I ever get HDCP errors with the Shield? I don't. I haven't noticed getting any. And guys, remember I said my 2015 Shield might be finally on its way out in my living room? I swapped it with my 2017 Shield from the bedroom, and it was doing the same thing. I swapped the HDMI cable, was still doing the same thing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to swap the HDMI port on my TV. HDMI 2 is just toast on my TV. That's the problem. I moved it to HDMI 3. It's been perfect ever since. So my 2015 Shield is still going strong. No problems. Don says, what are the best settings for VPN PIA? Leave it alone. The way it comes out of the box is good. Just change the server you connect to, and that's it, to see if you get better speeds. It should try to auto-connect to the one that gives you the best ping. But if that's not working out for you, try the one closest to you and keep moving away from where you are one by one and see which server you get the best. But you don't have to change the security settings or anything. It's doing a fine job right out of the gate. Alan says, do I have a link for this mic? I don't, but I'll put one into the Supreme store. I'm going to make a section for... I started a section on the mobile router, which, by the way, guys, is still sitting right here. I'm going to try to get it in the car this weekend if you guys saw that show. But I ran Netflix all day yesterday for 8 hours while I was on a shift working. And I had zero issues, zero stutter. Ran it off this even though I was sitting in my house. I just wanted to put it to the test. Didn't get hot. Didn't have a problem. I ran it on my Surface Pro for 8 hours straight. No issues. But I'm going to finish setting up. I put this in the store, in the Amazon store, and a refurb. I put a brand new and refurb. This is the unlocked version. All right. The refurb's a little cheaper, and I think it's certified. Just double check and check it out. But I think it's like Amazon certified to work, so you may save a couple bucks getting a refurb if they have them available, and if that's okay with you and you don't mind. I don't mind if they have warranties, you know. So if you have AT&T already and you just have a normal hotspot and you want to get this, maybe try the refurb as the cheapest upgrade possible and see how your speeds increase. If you want to get T-Mobile service, definitely go to my link below in the description for wireless buy and grab this with the T-Mobile service, or just the T-Mobile service you can get too. But I'm going to finish out the section in this store today, and I'm also going to create a section on streaming, what I use to stream. So I'll put mics in there. Carl, thank you for the tip. I greatly appreciate it. I'll do a whole section on things I recommend for streaming as well. Chris says, what about Verizon with that? Unfortunately, it has 3 LTE bands for Verizon, but it doesn't have their primary one. And the way Verizon works is they basically give everyone their primary band, which I believe is 12. And then they use 3 other bands to kind of like strengthen the backbone of 12. It has those 3, but it doesn't have 12. So this is AT&T and T-Mobile is where you're going to get great service with this, in the U.S. anyway. Other countries may have excellent service too. There's tons of bands. If you look at the hotspot video that I did where it said forget hotspots, which was the last video on this channel. So all the bands are listed in the description of that video. So if you're in another country, you can see what services use those bands in your country, and this could still work for you there. How about using that in a big truck on the road, Roland says. That's exactly what it's for, my man. It would be perfect for that. The only thing that I would tell you guys is if you're going to do that, it has a battery in it. If you're using it all the time on the road, you're going to take the battery out from under here. Don't, like, while it's running, because if you leave it running with the battery in all the time, you're going to kill the battery. Charge the battery, take it out, leave it somewhere safe, maybe in the glove box or whatever, inside of like a plastic bag. They really shouldn't get that hot or that cold. Maybe take it inside with you, but carry it with you every day somehow, in like a, I don't know, in something, in and out of the car. But you need a charger that has 2.4 amps in the car, minimum 2.4 or higher that it's going to put out. I'll put the link to this one in. This is dual 2.4 amps. And it also has Quick Charge 3.0. This is only compatible with Quick Charge 2.0, but this is backwards compatible. So you will actually charge the battery faster when it is in there with this than you would with another device as well. If you're plugging it in your house too, and you're using it for home internet, 2.4 amps or better. I have a Google charger that's 3 amps. 3 amps would be even nicer for it. The more, I probably wouldn't pass 3 because it's not really, then you might be giving it a little too much amperage. But up to 3 is fine and safe. So just make sure if you don't have the battery in it, you're giving it at least 2.4 amps. Because under high load, the charger that comes with it is 2 amps. And under extremely high loads, like let's say you got 10 devices connected or something like that, and you're streaming a bunch, it can reboot itself, and it has on people. But people have just gone to a 2.4 amp charger, and that problem is solved. What's up, Peter? right, guys, it's 12:52. I'll take questions for like another 3 minutes because I actually have to start work at 1. Alan Gibbs, thank you for the tip. I greatly appreciate it. Much appreciated, guys. Much love to you all. So, topic at hand, there's super easy to use software too, and if you have any questions once you get them, hit me up, lee@supremebills.live. You can email me, I'll answer them. But really easy to use software. So Malwarebytes Premium, you already have proper settings basically set up in Windows for Windows Defender. If you want, you can get Avast as well. And then CCleaner Professional, I highly recommend. You can use it without Professional for free. It just won't auto clean your browsers when you close and things like that. It won't let you automatically set up scans. So if you're the type of person that isn't going to remember to scan things or clean things yourself, that CCleaner Pro is good for you. Storm, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And you definitely didn't have to do that on your birthday, but thank you very much. But yeah, that's really all you need, and they're all really easy to use. Don't bog down your PC with a billion different softwares and then wonder why it's running slow and you think, I got so much stuff on my PC that's going to run great. It should keep it safe and keep it running good. Too much stuff eats up all your processing power, and then when the things you actually want to do work slow. Do I know if that device can work in Jamaica? I really don't know. You'd have to look at the cellular providers in Jamaica and see what bands they use for LTE. Look that up. Carl said, I want to see if I'm in the credits twice. Thank you for the super chat, Carl. I appreciate it. You definitely would be in the credits twice. The only problem is they just updated, and I don't know how to get to where the widget is to do the thing anymore. I can't find it. I'm going to have to look that up because it's really bothering me. But I will try. I wonder if it's in here. I'm looking at something now. Yeah, I don't see it. So I'm going to have to try to get to the credits because the way I used to do it does not work anymore. It's not in settings. Roland, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Terrence Lorick, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. That's so weird. Oh, there we go. I was like, why did it do Roland's first? Or it didn't. It did Carl's. Thank you both. Carl, thank you for your super chat as well. I'm going to try to get to, because it is now 12:55 my time and I got to start work at 1. So I'm going to try right now. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to try to get to the roll credits and see how it works. So let's try this. If it doesn't, I'll come back in and say goodbye. If not, you'll just hear me while the credits roll. Here we go. It does not appear to do that way. Yeah, I cannot. I can't do it. Let me take a look. Kiko, what's up, Kiko? I really can't find it. It's really annoying that I can't find it. I'm gonna have to hit them up. All right, guys. I cannot roll credits today. It just updated right before this stream, so I had no way of figuring that out, and I had to start work. But I'll figure it out. The credits gotta still be there. I just have no clue how to make them roll. It was already a weird way to do it, and now I can't find it. But anyway, I hope this was informative to you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, I'll be on tonight, and we'll do some unboxings of stuff, and I'll explain to you what they're for. And we might have some things in there that'll help you guys too. So take care. Be good. Storm, happy birthday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hit me up later. We'll chit-chat. And talk to you guys soon. Be good. Stay supreme. I'm out of here. One love, everybody.